Hey guys, and welcome back to VIII Gaming again. Today we're taking a look at the 112, the new Tier 8 Chinese heavy tank, introduced in the recent 8.8 update. So, the 112 is right now only sold in the gift shop, so you can't get it in the in-game store, as you can see. Same situation with this one, the new Tier 8 medium tank from the Chinese, the type the T-34-3, and they're doing this because they want to control the numbers of these machines. So they want to avoid another Type 59 situation where basically everyone was going to rush out and buy one of these. And yeah, so basically that means if there are too many being sold, they're just going to take them out of the gift shop and you can't get them anymore. So right ahead, if you want to get one of these, get them now, because you don't know how long they're going to be available. So let's have a look at its stats first. We've got 1500 hit points. That's standard for Tier 8 heavy tanks, so nothing special. The tank weighs 46 tons. That's not that heavy for a heavy tank, but we only get a 580 horsepower engine that is of Tier 9 for some odd reason. I don't know why. But yeah, again, so power to weight ratio is not bad. We can see it here. It's not slow. It goes 45 kilometers an hour. It has 26 degrees of traverse speed. That's not that fast. If we have a look at the E100, for example, that one has 22 degrees. So the traverse speed isn't that good, but it's still decent enough. Now, to the armor. The armor is very interesting on this vehicle because we have 120 millimeters on the front. Now, if you have a look at the heavy sloping on this machine, like this is almost impenetrable by up to tier, let's say, 8 guns. So, very, very good frontal armor. We do have that lower plate, of course. It's not that huge, so it's not that easy to hit, but that's of course easily penetrated, and it even catches fire from the front. So if you shoot in the right angle, then you can hit the gas tanks, which are located kind of over here in the side somewhere. So the lower plate is really a weak spot, and this little hatch. But aside from that, very, very good frontal armor. The front of the turret is also very good. We've got 240 millimeters of armor. That's as good as the mouse's turret. So you gotta keep that in mind, and it's sloped. So you are not going to penetrate it easily anywhere in like here, or maybe if you get lucky and you shoot right here and you bounce directly down into the hole, that may penetrate. But other than that, there's a pretty big gun mantler too, so you're not going to penetrate it anywhere easily here. Of course, we've got those two hatches. These are, as always, weak spots, and I found that this tiny triangle here and these plates, like if the enemy has a small altitude advantage over you, then he can shoot here, and that's only, I don't know, like 10 or 20 millimeters thick. So don't quote me on that, I'm not sure, but that's very, very thin armor. So you can penetrate it here, and of course in these hatches, as I said. So don't try shooting here. The sides are nothing special. We've got 130. It's still rounded on the sides, the turret, but it's not going to bounce that much, and yeah, 60 from the rear, so that's easily penetrated. The hull is 80 at the sides. We do have these, I think that is spaced armor. This like portion of this side over here, that's spaced armor, but the rest is only 80 millimeters thick and not really that much angle. So again, easily penetrated, and the rear with 60 millimeters again, like those high-tier Soviet and Chinese tanks. There's no difference here. Now let's get to the gun. The gun is your classical IS gun, 122 millimeter D25 TA. That's just a standard IS gun. That's the same, 122 millimeters. A pretty slow rate of fire. I've got a reload time at the moment of about I think 14 seconds. I know my loader is only at 81%, and I don't have a a gun rammer fitted right now, but still, for example, the IS-6's gun has 5.13, so that one fires a little bit faster. But the same penetration, 175 millimeters to 150 heat penetration. That was nerfed. That was on the test server. It was 300. That was really overpowered, but now they nerfed it down. And your standard 390 average damage, 0.46 accuracy, slow aiming time, so bad accuracy, slow aiming time. Yeah, so your classical IS gun. The turret traverse speed is about 26 degrees a second. That's not really fast, but not really slow either. Almost the same as the IS-6. A little bit faster, but not nothing spectacular. 380 meters view range, that's okay. It's not that big of a vehicle, so a pretty good view range, and the signal range is rather bad with 600 meters for a tier 8 tank. But it's a Chinese tank, and they tend to not have those they tend to not have those high-powered radios, so that's that. So it's a pretty interesting vehicle, heavily armored from the front. Really, it is, and yeah, standard IS brawling gun. From the side and the rear, it's not that well armored, but still, it's a very good brawling tank. It plays exactly like the IS-6 and the IS-3, so I had a lot of fun playing this, and I think it's one of the, I don't know if it's necessarily the best tier 8 premium, but it's one of the best tier 8 premiums. I've had a lot of fun with it up to this point, and yeah, so let's bring up its stats and compare it to the IS-6, because let's face it, the IS-6 is its major competitor. If we have a look at the tech tree, they are both, well, the 112 is not sold in the tech tree, in the in-game store, but its gold price equals around 12,000 gold, and the IS-6's price is, where is it? Here it is. Oh yeah, that's its price. I was looking for it. Yeah, almost 12,000, so it's almost the same price, and so it's really its direct competitor. So let's just have a brief look at those two tanks and compare their raw stats. We do have 50 hit points more for the IS-6, but that's almost the same. It weighs a bit more, but it has also a more powerful engine, so there's no difference really. The speed limit is better on the 112, 45 compared to 35. Traverse speed exactly the same. Now, the hull armor, that's interesting. From the front, I'd say that the 112 has better hull armor, because there's very good sloping, and of course this one has also very good sloping, but if we have a look at those different slopes, that's the same. Maybe the 112 even has a little bit better. So the frontal armor is better on this machine, definitely. The lower weak spot is almost of the same size, maybe a little bit smaller, but we do have this huge hatch in the right in the middle here, and that's really big, and that's the weak spot. This one is much smaller than this, so that's really an advantage. And it only has 100 millimeters compared to 120, so that's that. From the sides we do have a little bit better armor. It has 100 millimeters and it is sloped. Nothing spectacular, not a spectacular slope, but it's still better slope than the 112. So it has better side armor, and the rear armor is the same. So the 112 has better armor on the front. Also on the turret we have 240 compared to 150. So if you are face hugging the IS-6, you can penetrate him right. Oops. You can penetrate him right here. That's possible on that small flat surface over here. So that's really possible. The side of the turret is a little bit stronger with 150, but it's not sloped. So it's not really an advantage because this side is really sloped. This side isn't. And on the rear we do have like 100, but still it's not, it's again not sloped, so it's not really an advantage. So I think we can say that the overall armor of the IS-6 is better, but if we only look at the frontal armor, the 112 is better armored. So keep that in mind. The gun is exactly the same damage, same. Let's show them both. They've got a slightly different name, but the rest is exactly the same, except the rate of fire. The IS-6 fires a little bit faster, but the rest of the characteristics are exactly the same, so there's really no difference. And turret traverse is a little bit faster on the on the 112, 2 degrees, a little bit more view range, and a much better radio. But radio on a tier 8 heavy tank is nothing that's really that important compared to the gun or the rate of fire, for example. So from that little comparison, you can't really say that the 112 is that much better. On in the games that I played with it, I think it felt much stronger than it will be in the end, because at the moment this tank is new, so people don't know how to fight it, how to shoot it. They don't know that they have to aim for this, because most of the people just think, oh well, it's a Chinese heavy tank, I can just shoot here and I'm gonna penetrate, but that's really not the case. So they really have to aim for this weak spot or this hatch, but especially this hatch. The players don't know. They just don't know that they have to aim here to penetrate this thing. Most of them, of course not all of them, but most of them. And of course, as I said, the turret. So, and again from the sides and from the side of the hill, the i6 has a little bit better armor. The mobility is almost the same. That one has a little bit higher speed limit, but it's the i6 still has 35, so it's not really that much of a difference. And the gun is exactly the same. The i6 fires a little bit faster than the 112 does, but still those two tanks are very similar. They play exactly the same. They are very similar vehicles. Well, one thing to mention that the IS-6 also has 2 cupolas, but they're really hard to hit, so not really that much of a weak spot compared to these two almost tumor-like things. But that's just as a side note. And yeah, so they're very similar vehicles, play exactly the same, and I don't think you can really say which one of them is better. I think probably if you already have an IS-6, you really don't need to go for this one and buy one. If you don't have an IS-6, I would consider it. But again, they are almost the same, so no big difference there. Let's have a look at available equipment. I would definitely fit a gun rammer, definitely, because 14 seconds reload time, that's a lot. That's really a lot, even for an IS gun. So I would strongly advise to fit that one. Also, a enhanced gun lane drive for the aiming speed would be a good choice, because I found myself waiting forever for that gun to aim down on the target. So that's very important. The third slot, well, the tank is kind of prone to fire, not that prone to ammo rack damage, but it's prone to fire damage. So one could go with where is it? Here. CO2 tanks, because I played a match in it where it catched fire twice from the front. People shooting at the lower plate and from that angle, and shooting in the side and just lighting me on fire. So that's something you could fit. Um, that's not needed. Spall liner, I don't know. And yeah, of course improved ventilation is always useful, but I would go with vert stab. No, not vert stab. Tank gun rammer, gun laying drive, and the third one is really up to you. But I would kind of advise to go with the CO2 tanks. So just to decrease that fire chance. Ammo. I've got my standard AP ammunition fitted, some premium, some heat, and some HE rounds. Well, I don't know. You could probably take more of those premium rounds with you, because you're going to get in tier 10 battles occasionally. It doesn't have limited matchmaking, as far as I can tell. So that could of course be useful. I've got some high explosive shells, so just to decap, not really to do much damage with those 102mm shells. And consumables, I just got my standard consumables field fitted, repair kit, med kit, and fire extinguisher. I'm not really a big fan of the rest of those. Of course you can fit those if you really like them, but I don't think that it's necessary, so I'm not doing it. So, crew skills for the commander. If you haven't seen any of my previous videos, I like to go repairs first for the entire crew, because I just think it's important for a battle tank to, if something gets damaged, that it gets back up as quickly as possible. The second option you really have is brothers in arms. That can always be useful, but only as your first skill, because if you're going to take it as your second or your third skill, you're gonna have the problem that until it reaches 100%, it's going to be useless, and it's going to take a lot of time to reach 100% on the third or even the third skill. So I would only consider taking this as your first skill. Of course, you can go with firefighting, because again, it does catch fire pretty easily. So if you decided against those CO2 tanks, you could go with firefighting. Aside from that, I don't think that radio operator skills are of any use on a heavy tank. That just has to do. And from these skills, Sixth Sense, not really that needed for this machine, because it's a brawling tank. You're not going to camp anywhere and trying to stay undetected, so I don't think that that's really useful. Jack of all trades is of course not bad, but it's nothing really special that you would really need. So I would go with repairs or firefighting or something like this. For the gunner, skills or brothers in arms or firefighting, and well, those skills may be snapshot, because you can occasionally drive and fire, but it's not very accurate. Let's say you want to do that, you can get snapshot. That of course is always useful. The gun doesn't get damaged that often, I felt, so I don't think that's really needed. And designated target is also not really needed, so go for one of these or maybe snapshot. For the driver, it does have pretty decent mobility. I would go with you're not going to ram anything, so that's not really needed. Off-road driving is of course always useful. Smooth ride, well, again, if you want to fire on the move more often, go get it, but other than that, I don't think it's really important. Preventive maintenance reduces the chance of engine fire, so I don't think that the engine catches fire a lot. It only has 12% chance to catch on fire on impact, so I don't think that's needed. Maybe clutch braking, that couldn't that could be useful because you only have 26 degrees of traverse speed. That's not that quick, so maybe go for clutch braking. And for the loader, repairs, firefighting, or brothers in arms. And for the skills, well, intuition, I don't know. I don't think it's of that much use, so well, I wouldn't use it necessarily. Adrenaline rush is useful almost on any tank. It's a brawling tank, so you can find yourself on 10% health, so it could be useful, and save storage also. It's not that prone to ammo damage, but it still can receive ammo damage easier, like a Tiger 2 or something, so that could also be useful. So that's for the crew skills and the equipment I would use. I don't have any camouflage fitted. Of course it looks cool, but again, I'm not really trying to stay undetected. Maybe I'm going to fit some on it when it is discounted again, but at the moment I don't really feel like it, so that's that. And well, yes. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for the look. We take it in the garage, and I think we should have some battles right now and see how it can perform. And I think it can perform pretty well. So let's do that. So this was the first game I played in this tank, Tier 8 match in El Haluf. And yeah, let's see how it's going to be. So we can already see pretty fast, mobile, agile tank. No problem to keep up with those, let's say, slower mediums like the Panther 2. And I decided to go to the A2 spot, just the classical heavy tank corner where most of the heavy tanks are going to battle. And yeah, so that was pretty much my plan. And oh, by the way, earlier I talked about that this tank wouldn't get limited matchmaking. That's not correct actually. It does get limited matchmaking, but only to tier 9. So you can get in up to tier 9 battles in this. So no problems climbing up hills. Panther 2 already got hit for some reason. Don't know why. So we spotted some enemies over there. We've got IS-3, Centurion, Tiger 2, T-69, so pretty stiff competition coming up there. He's pulling back. Probably bad for him. His armor isn't that good. And let's see. Position myself nicely on that corner here. And yup, here they are. Centurion, IS-3, Tiger 2. And I get detracked, I bounce, get one into my lower plate, and that's what I was talking about earlier. You can see I was penetrated by that Centurion. The shot went right into the side and did damage to the gas tanks that are located here in the side somewhere. So it really can catch fire from the front. So keep that in mind.
Fire! Put it out quickly!
Of course I extinguished it.
Let's go!
So we got some support of a Jagdpanzer IV and put one right into the T-69. No problem penetrating him with that IS gun. And K1S finishing him off. At those distances the gun is quite good. especially when you can hit the side armor of the enemy tanks, like the KB-1 is. I'm trying to go for that weak spot, for that hatch, but unfortunately the gun takes way too long to aim, so that wouldn't happen. So let's take another peek and Tiger 2, yep, why not? And get detracked again. Tiger 2 coming again. He's got this stock turret, so I can shoot him there. It's only 80mm thick. But I'm still going for the side. And same situation again. Again, that Tiger 2 penetrated me right here and set my gas tanks on fire again, and this time I can't fix them. So I'm going to burn. And my ammo rack's down. Right now I've got something like 25 seconds of reload, and so of course I fixed my ammo rack, so I can keep going and wait for those guys again. At this point it doesn't look too bad. Our team is controlling most of the map, so, and these guys are about to get surrounded by our guys in the cab. And now I'm pretty much waiting for my opportunity to rush down. I'm not yet ready, because I don't think that they still got a Tiger 2 and a T-34. That's exactly what I was thinking about, so I'm still waiting for our team to flank those guys. IS-3. Not really sure if you should look my way or the other way, it seems. It doesn't have the balls to come over, it seems. And now the Tiger, for some reason, wants me to fall back. I don't really know why. Well, but by the way, if you want to have those nice Africa core camo that he has, get my mod. Historical Accuracy and Flags mod. Also camouflage included. Links in the description below. And killed the Tiger 2 right in the removed weak spot. Not, well, not really removed, but made harder to hit. So that was a lucky snapshot, and at this point the enemy is getting encircled. IS-3 is getting finished off, and Jagdpanther, well, not really sniping distance, but still nice to hit him with that low accuracy gun. And he pops up again and firing, killing him, nice. And now there's only the T-34 left. Still on full HP though. Our Tiger is trying to get an altitude advantage over him. Let's see if we can get the gun depression to do that. Looks good. And yep, he got his attention. Yes, he's looking towards him. But now it's my chance. Long aiming time again, but still putting one right into him. Now I'm not waiting for him to turn the turret, so I rush down. But it seems that this guy has just given up. So that's that. First game I played with it. Pretty good game, nice tank. Team wasn't too bad either. So yeah, that was the first game. Let's have a look at another one. So this is the second game I wanted to show you. Steel Tier 8 matchmaking, this time on Arctic region. And I brought my friend Rangers in his T-28 prototype. Very nice tank too. And I post a link to his YouTube channel in the description, check that one out. And we were going to the right flank, behind that mountain in the valley, and trying to stop the enemy advance from there. So let's see how it's going to work out. We've got a Cromwell and an AMX-13 scouting ahead. And there's that T-69 FCM-50T, putting a snapshot into him, only hitting his track, very inaccurate gun. Get penetrated once, he's using heat ammunition, you can tell by the sound the impact make. And only hit the tracks, didn't do any damage. IS, can't reload in time. T-43. Is he pulling back? Yes, he is, can't hit him. T-69, and there's ranges. Our heavy support. Again, only hit the tracks with that FCM-50T. So inaccurate gun. Snapshots don't always work. And Rangers was just standing out there in the open, getting bounced all the time by the enemy, and just eating all the shots. I was also bounced quite a lot, but not as much as he. Get penetrated. That's unfortunate. I think it was, yep, it was the upper cupola. Right there. So that's always a weak spot. IS kills his tracks, and I finish him off. He's getting tracked. Puts one into that FCM, and let's see. Nice shot right to the side, finishing that one off. So who's next? So there's an enemy 112, that could be interesting. He's still on full HP. But we do know his weak spot, so it should be possible. Going for the cupola, but no dice on that one. And you can see Ranger's bounce marks on his tanks. IS-3, nice shot, right in the side, right above his tracks. And again going for that cupola, but no dice again. So it doesn't look too bad. The other flank is at least not dying horribly, so we still have a chance to win this. But it could go either way right now. And going for that one and hit him, kill him off. I'm on 3 kills. Again going for the cupola, but again no dice on the shot, so not so good for hitting weak spots, that gun. Don't hit the IS-3 this time, and now Ranger's getting hit from the side by the T-43, and he tells me to take care of him, and that's really what I should do. So I'm just going after him. He damages my tracks. I put one into him, but now he's almost dead, and I finish him off. But I will need to support my platoon mate over there, because he's facing a T-29 and an enemy 112 on full HP, and he's only got 200 left, so I really need to hurry up now. T29, putting one into his side, pulling back and angling my tank a little bit. He's only hitting my track, luckily. Don't have much HP left, so that's pretty important. And this time, I kill him. So I really needed to get up close for that cupola shot. And now, my plan is to flank the enemy 112. Rangers can keep him busy from the front, and I can get down to finish him off. IS-2 is supporting us. That's very nice. I'm on 5 kills right now. And can I get that kill for Top Gun? Can I? No. IS-2 steals it. So right now we've got a problem on the other flank. Our team's pretty much dead over there, so we decide to go back to base and defend there, because we really don't want to lose this right now. And they're crying for help. And we've got an AMX-13, KV-1S, and pretty much all of the enemy team. And that AMX-13 is also on 6 kills, so he could be stealing my Top Gun. That's nothing that I would like to happen, really. So I switch to heat ammunition. I know it's not optimal, but I reckon for this situation it should do, and I really want to win this right now. Rangers get that AMX, and I'm aiming down and probably hitting his spaced armor, and heat and spaced armor doesn't work so well together. So I switch back to normal AP rounds for this for that super Pershing. And I get bounced and aim for the weak spot, but that one went high. I'm getting bounced again, so you can see very, very good armor on this machine. Again. And hitting the wreck in front of him. But now I'm just going forward, because I think that they won't be penetrating me that easily, so why not? KV-1S, snapshot, don't hit him unfortunately, getting bounced again and again. That's super Pershing. Come on. And I hit his weak spot, but don't penetrate it. Jesus. He's coming out again, and this time it works. And now I'm pushing forward as soon as my track is repaired. I'm on 6 kills. If I can get another one, that should be Top Gun. Maybe I can even get 8 kills, but well, we're going to see about that. He puts one into me, I miss, unfortunately. So, and now I'm a little bit scared because I'm only on 380 HP, so he can't kill me. and I really don't want to die at this point. I really don't. They're telling me go, go, go. I want to provoke that KV-1S to shoot me and bounce me. And it doesn't work. Quite as I would have liked it to work. And we're face hugging, but that should work, yes. Nicely done. And the IS-2 finishes the KV-1S off. So, very, very good game. 7 kills. Lots of bounces. I think I received something like a potential of 5,000 damage or something like that. So, very, very good game. Both of us. The team, of course, also. And so, yeah, very, very good game. So, the 112. What's the final verdict on this machine? Well, I think it's a pretty good machine for a Tier 8 premium tank. I'm not saying overpowered, but, well, it is pretty strong. Especially as it's pretty new to the game and many people don't know how to fight it. So, it's really pretty good. It's a lot of fun driving it. And, again, if you don't have an IS-6, and looking to get one of these machines, I would really consider taking that one. So, to sum it up, very mobile, good armor, mediocre gun, just a nice overall brawling tank to play. So, guys, thanks again so much for watching. Please, really, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, post a comment below, post feedback. What can I do better? What tank do you want to see next time? If you want to see more content in the future, think about subscribing to the channel. It really helps. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.